והווה יודע שהקדוש ברוך הוא טהור ומשורשיו טהורים.
Between the Rambam and the Bahag as to whether belief in Hashem, Emunah, is a mitzvah or not. The Rambam holds that yes, Anochi Hashem, Emunah b'Hashem is a mitzvah, because it says clearly Anochi Hashem, which is the first of the Aseret HaDivrot. The Ramban defends the Bahag, who says that it's not a mitzvah, as to say no. Anochi Hashem is not really a mitzvah. Rather, it's the state. Anochi is like the statement of reality, and it's the basis of all mitzvot. However, it's not a mitzvah itself. The problem is there's a Gemara in Makot Chav Gimel Amud Bet that seems to support the Rambam. It says Taryag mitzvot ne'amru alone misinai Mikra Torah tziva lanu Moshe. There were 613 mitzvot that were commanded over to Moshe Rabbeinu from Har Sinai. What's the pasuk that teaches us this? Torah tziva lanu Moshe. The Torah was commanded to us by Moshe Rabbeinu. This is the simple meaning of the pasuk. What's the deeper meaning of the pasuk? If we see, the gematria for Torah is 611. So if you plug that into the pasuk, what do you get? Torah tziva lanu Moshe. There were 611 mitzvot that were commanded to us through Moshe. The Gemara continues to say, Anochi v'lo yiyeh mipi agvura. Anochi Hashem, the first of the Aseret HaDivrot, v'lo yiyeh, and the second, mipi agvura, were given to us directly from HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. So the 611 of Moshe Rabbeinu and the 2 from Hashem gives us the 613 mitzvot. So apparently, Anochi Hashem is a mitzvah. So Emunah is a mitzvah. So this goes like the Rambam. Again comes the Ramban, the Ramban, to defend the Bahag. He says, Lo Yiyeh really refers to 2 separate mitzvot. It refers to something about Avodah Zarah, that you're not allowed to own Avodah Zarah, and you're not allowed to bow down to them, Lo Tishtach Leh. So with these 2 of Lo Yiyeh, we can get the 2 from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So again, Anochi was said by Hashem, but it's not really a mitzvah in itself. The second challenge on the Bahag is from Makot Chav Daled Amud Aleph. It says, although there were 613 mitzvot, David HaMelech came down and said to only focus on 11 of them. And if you focus on these 11, you'll be able to be mekayim all the other mitzvot, or maybe not that you'll be able to overcome the Yetzer Hara. Either way, this list was whittled down by later Nevi'im to 6, 3, 2, and then finally Habakkuk came down and narrowed it to 1 mitzvah. He said the only mitzvah that you have to focus on in order to have all the other mitzvot is Emunah b'Hashem. He said Tzaddik b'Emunata yichyeh. David HaMelech writes in Tehillim, Kol mitzvotacha Emunah. All of your mitzvot are from Emunah. So obviously, Emunah really is a mitzvah. So there are 2 ways of defending the Bahag. Either like the Ritva or either like the Meiri. The Ritva says Emunah in this Gemara doesn't really mean belief. Rather, it means Kabbalat Ol Malchut Shamayim, accepting the sovereignty of Hashem and accepting all of His mitzvot. Used the same way as the Torah describes Moshe Rabbeinu. He says, Kol Beti Ne'emanu. In my entire house, the most trustworthy one is Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe had integrity. And Anochi means doing the mitzvot wholeheartedly and solely for HaKadosh Baruch Hu with no ulterior motives. There are 6 questions that the Beit Din Shel Maila asks you after death. One of the questions is, did you deal with Emunah? Did you engage in the business dealings with honesty and integrity? So we see that honesty and integrity are really connected to Emunah. So according to the Ritva, the foundation of the whole Torah is accepting Hashem as king and ruler. And according to the Meiri, the foundation of the whole Torah is the commitment to each and every mitzvah with single-minded devotion. So the Gemara clearly considers Emunah, whatever it may be, as a mitzvah. So where do we see the Ritva and the Meiri's interpretations on Emunah are actually mitzvot? So the Ritva is very simple. The Ritva is in Kriyat Shema, because Kriyat Shema is essentially Kabbalat Ol Malchut Shamayim. The Meiri, however, is based on a well-known machloket, whether or not tefillah is midoraita. The Rambam says that yes, tefillah is midoraita. Ramban says that no, it's not midaraita. The Ramban is based on a Gemara in Ta'anit Bet Amud Aleph, and it says Ulov the Bechol Avachem Ezegi Avodah Shivelev Haben Amar Zu Tefillah. Meaning that the Rambam holds that yes, he brings down a Gemara that yes, Tefillah is midaraita. The Ramban says that no, this drasha is an asmachta. It's a mnemonic device to help us to remind us of our rabbinic obligation. So according to the Ramban, what does Ulav the Bechol Avachem really refer to? It refers to doing the mitzvah lishma, with no ulterior motives or mindlessly. And that's how the Meiri brings down his interpretation of Emunah, of doing it totally for Kadosh Baruch Hu. So the Bahag can interpret the Gemara either like the Ritva, Kabbalah Malchut Shemayim, or the Meiri, proper motivations of doing mitzvah. So we have the Rambam, who says the belief in Hashem is from Anochi. We have the Ritva that says Kabbalah Malchut Shemayim is we learn from Shema. And we have the Meiri who says it's single-minded devotion from Ulav the Bechol Avachem. So how does this really relate to us today? Mesachah Makot begins with the halachot of Eidim Zomim, false witnesses. It ends with the idea that Emunah is the key to all mitzvot. It also ends with stories of Rabbi Akiva, as we saw. So what's the connection between these three different things? Simply like this. False testimony, Adut Shaker, is a form of Lashon Hara. If the attempt of doing something dishonestly, the need to do something dishonestly is automatically a lack of faith in Hashem. Because if you really had a true lack of faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you know that everything comes from Him, and you wouldn't have to accomplish anything dishonestly. In fact, you'd help your friend. You wouldn't say Lashon Hara and testify falsely against him. Pesach is coming. And who's the evil character in Pesach, as we know, is Paro. Paro, rearranged, spells Pera, a bad mouth. Paro said, who is Hashem that I should listen to his voice? So we see from here how Emunah and negative speech, as Paro did, are really connected. There's a Gemara in the second Makot of Gimel Amud Aleph. It says, Kol ha-mesaper lashon hara, v'kol ha-mekabel lashon hara, v'kol ha-me'ed edut sheker, ra'ui l'shlich l'kavim. Anybody who speaks lashon hara, anyone who accepts lashon hara, and anyone who does false testimony against his friend is fit to be thrown to the dogs. Why are we giving him such a strange punishment of being thrown to the dogs? The Issever and Eliyahu explains that in Perek Shira it says that a dog says the following tefillah to Hashem: Ba'u nishtachaveh v'nikrer lifnei Hashem alasanu. Come, let's bow and kneel before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our Creator. A dog has faith and gratitude to its Creator. A dog has faith and gratitude to Hashem, and a dog has faith and gratitude to his owner. What we're supposed to learn from a dog is faith and gratitude from none other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. But a person who uses his most precious gift from Hashem, which is speech, which no other creature in the world has except for a human being, if he misuses that for ingratitude and speaks and demonstrates ingratitude to HaKadosh Baruch Hu by using negative and false testimony, he's lower than a dog and is fit to be thrown to them. The Baal HaTanya explains that Emunah is the key to all mitzvot, because Emunah leads to Simcha. As it says, do at Hashem with Simcha, that you're supposed to serve Hashem with Simcha. Simcha is the tool to overcome all of the obstacles. We see this connection in the pasuk that says, because you didn't serve Hashem with happiness. Hashem, Yud Kei Vav Kei, is the name of Rachamim. Elokim is the name of Din. But when one recognizes that Hashem's strict justice, Hashem's Din name, and Hashem's Rachamim and Hashem's Rachamim name, Yud Kei Vav Kei, is really from the same thing. As it says, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Rachamim Elokeinu, Hashem Echad is really all from the same thing. Then he will reach true Simcha, he will reach Tov Levav. So how does this have to do with Rabbi Akiva? The Talmud Yerushalmi tells us that when Rabbi Akiva was being tortured with steel combs by the Romans, he recited the Shema and started to laugh. His Talmidim came to him and said, Rabbi, why are you laughing? Why was he laughing? Because he died with the words, Shema Yisrael Hashem Hashem Echad. When he reached the word Echad, he realized that the Midah of Rachamim of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and his Deen, he realized that it's all for the same thing, and it's all going on for our good. And when he said that, he reached such a high dvikut to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he reached such a high connection to Hashem, that he started laughing, and his neshama left him. Let us not emulate the m4v, who misuses his precious gift of speech to malign others, but rather let's try to be like Rabbi Akiva, who truly realized that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is only out for our good. Now we can understand why Hashem gives us the gift of a Yetzer Tov on our Bar Mitzvah day. With only the Yetzer Hara is the Satan, who is the Malach HaMavet, who was the Malach of Esav, who is the grandfather of Amalek. Who was Amalek? Amalek was the one that attacked us in our most trying time. We just came out of Mitzrayim, and he attacked us, and he brought Safek into the world. In fact, the gematria of Amalek is Safek. So it would be totally impossible to be able to do the Rambam's definition of Emunah with only a Yetzer Hara, because the Yetzer Hara keeps telling you that there is no Hashem and you shouldn't believe in him. So you wouldn't be able to do the Rambam. What about the Ritva? The Ritva, he says that you're supposed to accept Hashem's sovereignty. So you wouldn't be able to do that either, because the Yetzer Hara is going to tell you to keep serving yourself, and you wouldn't be able to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And it would be extremely impossible to do the Meiri's interpretation of Emunah, because even if you can beat the Yetzer Hara to actually do a mitzvah, you're going to do it with ulterior motives if you only had a Yetzer Hara. That's why Hashem gives it Yetzer Tov. I'd like to thank all my Rebbeim, and I'd like to thank my parents for being my external Yetzer Tov for the past 13 years. And finally, I'd like to thank Kadosh Baruch Hu for giving me this precious gift of Yetzer Tov. And I ask of him that with my Yetzer Tov, I'll be able to be Mekayim, the Rambam, the Ritva, and the Meiri. And I'll see the Mashiach.
HaKadosh Baruch Hu